day number 4, course number 4. Tonight we're going to be doing the 88 Club by Mr. Nick. Before I do any of these, I always start off by letting people know that I usually play tour clubs, but I play player clubs when doing these critiques, just for the simple fact that with it being a contest geared towards CC, I feel like most of those guys are going to be playing player clubs, so it doesn't do any good to play with tour clubs. You know what I mean? On that note, whatever I shoot on this is what I shoot. My play has nothing to do with how the course is going to grade out or results in the contest. It has nothing to do with whether or not I rate a course CC appropriate or not. My play is my play. It's sometimes good, it's sometimes bad, mostly bad. So as we go through these streams, I'm going to make some comments. I'm going to point out things along the way. If they're technical issues, then I'm going to call them technical issues, and you're going to find that the judges are going to say the exact same thing. So they're just gaffes, and it's just one of those things to note and carry forward. Most comments I make are going to be opinions only. They are in no way meant to be negative or demeaning to the designer. They're just things that, as a fellow designer, I look at, and if I see ways to improve the looks or the playability of a course, or it may just be something as simple as something I do as a designer, it just kind of fits my eyes a little bit better, I point those out. It doesn't mean what the designer of this particular course did was wrong. It just means I see it a little bit different way if I was building the course. What I don't want to have happen is for a review to come off of here and come back to the forums and raise hell about something I have to say, or start sending me nasty PMs. I have to put an asterisk by that because Mitch might have grounds to come after me. I was kind of mean to Mitch today. Not horribly mean, not anything he hasn't had before, but I was a little bit mean to Mitch today. So without further ado, let's take a look at the 88 Club. I don't think Mr. Nick actually started a course thread on this. I want to say somewhere he may have put a note on something, but I don't remember where it was. It wouldn't have been there. It's not there. Golly, guys, you're killing me. Making me like look through stuff. I mean, there's 27 pages in this thread. Come on now. Okay. I don't see anywhere where he listed. I have to pull up his name here and check out his post. For sure, back tees, blue or at worst white. Okay, I just didn't. Okay, blue tees. Blue tees it is. Well, I tell you what, there are some stinkers of some courses coming out in other areas. I'm not going to get into like crazy names and all that, but been a few that made me go, what the hell? Not in the contest, I'm talking about in general. Played through several courses. First thing this morning was like, shit. So what does Mr. Nick have in store for us? I'm always intrigued to look at his courses because it seems like we say the same things. Like every contest, I ended up kind of gaffing him a little bit on the same thing. So I'm always kind of interested to see his take on it. He actually does some very interesting courses. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or have played much of his stuff, but he usually does some pretty interesting things. They're usually very no frills involved in it, but some great concepts and layouts. Well, looks like we're going to open up with some no frills here too. Using more of the terrain to be his guiding light and framing than the actual planting and such. Cart path damn near just blends into the desert terrain, so I think he put stairs in those bunkers just to distract me. I think that's what it is. I think he felt like if he put stairs in it, maybe I like wouldn't look at it or something like that. So much better on your bunker bottom there, Mr. Nick. Much better. Okay, let me get a couple practice swings in here. Ooh, slow, really. Oh, this is going to be a bad night here, guys. I feel this one coming. Wow. This is all over the place for a swing. Goodness. Uh-oh. I think Griff's in trouble here, guys. 492-yard par 4 to open things up. Goodness. Well, Vinegar, I think we're going to qualify, but I think it's going to be just by the hair of our chinny chin chin. I mean, there are playoff or play-in spots available, and I don't know if any teams are going to come through that are going to beat us. But it's a damn shame that we're down to this point trying to figure out qualifying. We have better players than that. Because I never thought Bruce Arenas was the answer as a coach either. Hide in this bunker a little bit right here, Nick. If you want to, if you lower your corner, like down right here, see where you have your hill coming in? It's kind of blocking off your bunker. So I'll probably lower that just a little bit, be a little more gradual. Down into your downslope right here and raise this area up just a little bit. You don't need to be 30 feet down on this. That's my opinion there. In between clubs. I've got to go change my clubs out. This isn't working anymore. I've got too much of a gap between 182 and 200. Now, guys, I hate to tell people, but Costa Rica's a pretty damn good club. They really are. I actually personally believe they're probably the best club in CONCACAF because I think they're better than Mexico top to bottom. They have a lot of different dynamics on that team. And as they gain more and more experience, they're just going to be tougher. But they're a legit club, man. What we got? What's our green speeds here? 170s. Oop. One of the few courses I played that didn't get birdie on the first hole. What has she got a hold of? I'm telling you, she's going to be a handful tonight. Her bed. Okay, my dog killed her bed. Yeah, I didn't know she had that stuff out. She's finally chewed through the outer casing and everything else, so the bed is dead. Poor dog. You're not going to have any more toys. You're not going to have a bed. You're just going to be a very wanting dog. There's a little bit behind us over here too, babe. Good Lord. Dog just exists to tear shit up. Given some of the issues with doing cart paths in TGC2, it might not have been a bad choice to make that really blend in. There's just enough variance in color that you know it's there if you're looking for it, but it really, really This kind of blends in. Whoa. Okay, this is like ticky-tack stuff right here. That's a little bit rough on your outer edges of your green right there. Give that a little bit more consistent shape. You don't find a lot of greens will have edges quite that rough. If you're like looking around like real courses. Not that you're necessarily going for realism, just saying. He went out of the box on this and went desert. Not a lot of people mess around with desert, especially with the new step theme out. Step theme is nice. I actually never really wanted to do a desert course before, just because of the way the theme looked in TGC1. I actually thought it was pretty fucking horrid. But with the new step theme, I'm kind of looking forward to doing one of these days. He's done a lot of good terrain work and around the outside. It's kind of like going by the wayside because he's really used this trying to set his course off. That being said, he does need, like where he's done some brush work right here. I'm assuming he's done brush work. It doesn't look auto-gen, but either way, I mean, you still need patches of something here and there to kind of break up the sight lines. Especially in desert, you don't want to be just completely dependent on on the terrain work. It's really hard to pull that off in desert. Oh goodness. This is probably a mistake on my end, but let's give it a try. You stick there, ball. You stick there. Damn near had an eagle right there. Yeah, we're a little light on numbers tonight, aren't we? We have more people during the middle of the afternoon than we do at night. People are acting like it's Friday night or something. They got like some partying to do. That's okay. We'll pick up as we go along. Once people hear that I've been drinking wine and I'm like going off on curse word laden tyrant or rants, then we'll start getting people in. I think that's when Titan Eddie likes me best. When I start going off, when I get pissed off or get irritated. Seems to anyway. This is an interesting little drive off the tee right here. I'll tell you what, it would have been nice to leave this side over here a little bit lower and raise this side, create like a bank going down in here. That would have been a cool effect coming into this. Now, probably wouldn't have done a like a semi-island that you have go here with this raised up. I probably would have lowered that off a little bit more gradual. Just from a look standpoint, your bunker's fine, but don't make this so sharp and severe. Bring that off, and tell you what, this is just the designer in me. It looks rugged enough around other areas. I probably used the green of the heavy rough a little bit more to effect here to kind of break up the palette a little bit and rough that off, like going off down into that bunker. But it's an okay concept there. That's a fun little hole right there. That's kind of successful. Shit, this is Labor Day weekend, isn't it? Yep. Okay, that's why I'm hearing fireworks. That's why I'm hearing fireworks. Ah, fuck you fast. We didn't even make it to the ninth hole on this one. I was dead on my distance. No. We get vacationers down here. Obviously, we're on the beach, and around any holiday, they start shooting off fireworks. Even Labor Day. Even Labor Day. Holy shit at this. How do I negotiate this putt? These are 170s. Man, I am dead in the water here, guys. And that's all I can do with it right there. I go any more up that hill and I'm looking for trouble. So I was just hoping I keep myself about 6, 7 feet away from it and decent putt coming in. Okay, I can make this. Yeah, I don't mind minimal looks, but he needs to dress it up just a little bit here and there. He usually does a backstory for his course. That may make a difference in my opinion, on the planting when he does his backstory. So you go back to like last year's summer showdown on his course, and he had like a pretty long spiel and video that went along with it. But like, say like this little gulch that he has going right here. I mean, fill that up with this little brush and everything else. Use a few rocks in there. It's not going to like attack your plant meter much at all, but it'll do a lot just to offset this very rugged terrain we have going around. Some of this is getting lost in the shuffle of the color palette. Ooh, shit. Uh, wow. What do I do here? We got 204. That to me looks to be about dead on. Yeah, I can't gauge 60 feet downhill yet. I'm okay 40 feet or so, but you start getting me 60 feet, man. I know in the old game that's roughly 20 feet, but it doesn't translate exactly the same here. Doesn't translate the same, so it's a different kind of tee shot on a par 3 right there. Ah, by the way, I'm destroying my handicap playing these. I've gone from like a 1.1 to a 6.3 playing this stuff with player clubs because there's so many of these that you just completely overpower the course with tour clubs. But I'm not that worried about it. Darcy, you're going to have to move. You're sitting on my headset cord, you're sitting on my player cord, and you are freaked out right now. Hey, babe, your dog's freaked out. I know. Why aren't you helping me? That's your contribution to Critique Week. Deal with her all damn day. Come play with your dog. This is a deceptively tight drive right here. You wouldn't think it is. You got to make a choice whether you go left or right on it. Frayed with this elevation, with this wind, you can go right off the back end right there. So Thank you, baby. That's why we need to get a baby gate so I can lock her in there with you. Yeah, if you look at this one, Nick, you killed your sight line here, brother. You need to drop the level of your hill coming off right here. You either need to make that a pretty sharp slope. Damn it. Make it a pretty sharp slope, or not necessarily sharp, but you need to start running it downhill from about where the ball is down to this level, or you need to raise your green, because right now you just block everything off. Doesn't make for the most appealing shot into your green right here. Not a bad hole at all. I mean, playability wise, it's fine. But what do you say, Mitch? I'm so sorry, brother. I have felt like ass all the way through supper, dude. I couldn't even enjoy my food at dinner time. I felt really bad. I mean, I'm usually a little bit rough on you, but I took it too far today. I didn't mean to. You know what I was trying to get at on certain things. I was trying to prove points, but I should have toned my comments down just a little bit. That's a little bit insensitive of me, so my apologies. It's only because I care, man. It's only because I care. Whew. Some late breaks in these putts right here. Really late breaks. Especially since I'm not pulling back and actually looking at my feet and looking at the camera going down. I could have seen that, but talk about a hairy ass little 3-foot putt. I just want to reiterate that it was actually a really good course. I liked it. Just some of those greens with the speeds, it's just too high on the speed. I'm going to stand by that. Whether it hurts your feelings or not, the greens are just too fast. I got some steps over here in this bunker coming off. Yeah, I think Mr. Nick changed strategies. I think he feels like if he puts like steps and walkways in his bunkers, I'm not gonna like bust his ass on him. So far, his bunkers have actually looked really well. I don't have a problem with the bunkers at all. Well, I mean, did you see what I was talking about on the stream? I mean, they were hairy, man. They were hairy. I don't remember one putt I had. Yeah, I had one that was even semi-flat. All the others, I mean, it was like aim 6 cups to the left or right and hold your ass. And it wouldn't have been as bad without the speed, because those 187s, man, unlike TGC1, they make for some hairy damn putts in this game. So I feel like on Mr. Nick here, I'm actually going to end up on my critique going a different direction where I normally go with him. Like I say, he's very good at using a very minimal approach to his courses. And he tries to let the course do the talking for him, and I can definitely appreciate that. And he's got some very good concepts going on, and actually some very good play on his course. But there's such a lack of anything else going on. The terrain work is pretty good. I like the mountains in the background. I like what he's doing with his contours in and around the course. But it needs splashes of color or something to kind of break it up. Everything's getting lost in the shuffle. So I'm actually... Or ordinarily, I have problems because a lot of times designers use so much eye candy in around the course, it actually takes away from the actual course. But this is the exact opposite effect right there. There's such a lack of anything else going on that it doesn't, it's not that it takes away from the course, it does not immerse you into the course, if that makes any sense. And I'm not saying you've got to go all crazy Canuck and burrowing owl or anything on this. But you need things in places just to kind of break up the sight lines and get rid of just this brown against green you got going on. There needs to be a blending going on with some of your planning. But all in all, been pretty happy with the scores. You got to cut out the background volume there, kiddo.
Who?
You. I hear myself
What?
talking through there. I hate the way I sound. What's funny is
Background.
I don't sound in real life like what I sound like on tape. That's what's hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm saying I can hear myself through your headphones.
Uh, how about that?
Well, I don't hear myself, but I wasn't talking. Now I can still hear myself.
I don't know how. You're the only one that's ever said that.
Just chiseling me out, man. Just chiseling me out.
All right. Fucking let me see something here. How about that?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been talking. Okay, now I can't hear myself. Much better. So this is a very, very, very minor point, but as you go along, especially for design contest, very a finishing thing you want to do is that look at your edge right here where you're bringing your fairway in to meet your green. You want to try that to make that match on a seam versus it come in at an angle and then create. You see how like you have like the little widow's peak going in right there. Start your bend in since your curve is coming here. Let that keep curving in a little bit, and then use the peanut brush or angle that back in and actually join that up about right here and just make that fairway seam fall right up against your light rough going into your fringe right there. It's just a finished look is what it is. You can see it better from the overhead. See how like both sides of your green right here, it just kind of runs up and bam, it just hits the fringe and then takes off. Something to keep in mind is just merging your fairway into your fringe right there and letting that just be a perfect smooth transition into the back. I mean, that's what I consider to be like an advanced kind of deal, but you're there. Mr. Nick's a good designer, so he can handle that.
What course you playing?
The 88 Club,
Who did that?
Mr. Nick.
Well, you're just like motoring right along, huh?
I hope so. I want to be back in the designer by Monday, man. Yeah, I can still hear myself a little bit. I agree, Scampy. I just said that right before you came on that I didn't think Bruce Arena was the answer as a coach, but what the hell are you going to do? Rafa Benitez might be looking for a job soon, and I can't blame him. I'm a big Newcastle United fan, and I don't expect Rafa to be there by the January transfer window in the Premier League. Get Rafa Benitez as your national coach. You want to have a good U.S. soccer team? There you go. Rafa Benitez. That's your guy. It's kind of cool how. What is he doing back here? Is that supposed to be like a dam? Or is it just a building with a swimming pool? Okay, I see. I see. Okay, that's different. It's awfully, I mean, it's got like this whole missile silo thing going on with it building it in the back of the hill, but I can dig it. I can dig it. He's built an actual entryway up on top. So, okay. God, I hope that's a putting green and not a hole that's up there. I really do. I'm going to make so much fun of him if that's not a putting green.
So you're back in rare form again, huh?
Nah, it's at night. I'm in casual mode. Got a little bit of wine.
Yeah.
Got a little wine
Oh
going with
boy.
it, so
Oh boy.
nah, we good.
Yeah.
It's not Wednesday night wine, man. I've barely had a glass.
Oh.
I've had like a glass and a little bit.
Yeah, because you were quite the funny motherfucker Wednesday.
Yeah, you know it. That's what I strive to be, is a funny MFer.
Yeah, we were having a laugh, that's for sure. Has Kessler said anything to you?
Man, I haven't seen Kessler at all since Wednesday night.
Really? He
No,
hasn't popped in or nothing, huh?
nothing. I saw him make a comment in the shout box saying that Kessler motherfucker, but that was about it.
Oh shit!
That was a
We were having quite the laugh Wednesday night on that.
yeah. I haven't seen hide nor hair of Kessler, man.
Wow.
Can't be too mad. He signed up for the very next contest, even though he said he was going to quit the game after this contest. And as soon as I posted, within 5 minutes, he picked out the name of a course.
Right on it.
Going with it, so.
I almost was going to jump on it, but I just got so much going on, dude. You gotta be kidding.
I think the design series is going to be fun. Now, the trick is going to be... The trick is going to be that the guys that have signed up for the first one are going to have priority for all the ones coming up. I actually thought about extending it by 2 for Ola and Matt F27 Rensport. I'm going to sleep on it. I may do that tomorrow. I may put 2 more names out for them if they agree to take the names that I assigned to them. But I'm only going to go 12. I don't want a big, massive contest on those. This is meant to be something fun that I'm going to use in between breaks between other design contests for us to work on. But I've got a second round already in my mind that's going to come up after the Invicta. It should be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Invicta. I should be all done with, pretty much caught up with everything I want by then. I want to get involved in that one. I don't want to judge.
Yeah.
Take my chances with it.
So before I hit this
in the back of the brain.
Yeah, before I hit this chip shot that's going to completely kick my ass here. I've gone ahead and posted the TGC Tours After Dark Societies. Those are now live on PC and PS4. If the first tournament kicks off Sunday, it opens up and it runs. I've got the first 10 events already set to go, and I will add every week to that, so we just keep a ongoing season. If you guys are looking for a fun society where we're just there to have fun, kick back, have some laughs and all that, then give them a look. Right now I'm splitting the purse up a little bit just so we can get the societies built up. Once we get it to level 10, then I'll knock that off.
I'll donate some money. I got a little bit extra.
It is what it is. We good right now?
Helps it build it up. What am I gonna do with the fucking money? Choke on it?
Given all your pimp daddy outfits you gotta buy, I figure you gotta go buy a new do-rag and
fuck you, Chris.
And like psychedelic knickers and all that shit.
You know what? You could be a son of a bitch even when it's not Wednesday night.
Of course, dude. I'm a son of a bitch in real life. Period. Oh.
Man, I thought
my wife will tell you straight up, I'm an asshole in real life. So.
Oh, I get that. I can see that. But I get that too, so it doesn't really bother me. You're just a lot more sensitive than I am. That's all.
I'm sensitive?
Yeah,
you fucking kidding me? Okay,
yeah,
I got your sensitive right here.
I thought you were a tough, old army dude, but you're an emotional man, dude. I mean, I gotta just be careful.
I'm very emotional.
You know, it's funny. I'm playing this stupid ass fucking the Hot Shots golf, and I keep reaching for the swing to try to swing the stick, and it's 3-click.
You have fun with your Hot Shot golf.
Huh?
You have fun with your Hot Shot golf.
It's cool, dude. Once you get your character built up, it's definitely fun. Building up your character takes a little while.
No course designer and 2. Holy shit, that ball flew, didn't it? 2.
Tomorrow I'll knock out about 4 more reviews for you. So I got.
We're no rush.
I played a few today.
Mondays when I'm going to start bearing down on you guys. Starting Monday, I'm going to put a week-long deadline on it. They need to be done by next Saturday for the first round.
Yeah, those should be. I did 4 or 5 matchups already. I got 2 more that are done that I just got to write up.
Damn, I can't even make those putts now. I was hitting those. I've been hitting those all day. Actually, last few times I played, I hit those if I just barely tap them, read the line, but that one just did not go where I was thinking it was going to go. Just saw some of the putts I hit today on Mitch's course, just trying to save my ass.
Oh, talk about that course.
So what are you saying, Scampy? You're saying you want in on that one too? So do I need to take it to 15? There's 10 in it right now. If I open it up to 15, that's 3 that will for sure get in on it. Mr. Vinegar says he's up. That's 14.
I thought he wanted to judge.
Huh?
I thought he said he wanted to judge that in the thread.
Oh wait, no,
Or
he's
did I
already
miss
got
it?
one. He's already got a course. Fuck you, Summer's Eve. You've already got a course.
Oh, I played well, I played Matt's last night. I played Mitch's last night. What else did I play? Oh, Pelican Bay or Pelican something or other or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. I played that last
Bearded
night.
Pelican.
Yeah, that's it. Bearded Pelican. I wanted to play Matt's. I want to get Matt's out of the way. I got to play these other ones that I don't recognize the names of. The one you're on now. Uh, I played Clint's.
Tell you what,
Uh,
Mr. Nick's just got a solid course going here. Like I said, the
oh yeah.
problems that are running into this one, playability wise, I think it's spot on thus far. I've only had one or two things to say here about some of the levels where he's hidden his green complexes, but other than that, I mean, play wise, it's dead on. But he does this
You
every
played
time.
Clint's?
I have not played Clint's yet.
Feels like I
I
played at the bottom of Mount St. Helens.
I actually do not think I'm going to play Clint's. I am not going to stream Clint's course. I'm going to punish him.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like the thing to do. I think it's something that would piss Clint off. So that's the only reason I do this is to piss people off. So I figured if I don't play his, it's going to piss him off.
Well, yeah. Telling you, dude, he's got a lighting package that makes it look like Mount St. Helens blew up.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I played with 3 friends that were like, okay, now this is different. I was like, yeah, it kind of works for me on the background. The background looked cool, but I don't know. I didn't really care for it on the course itself.
See, I took a really quick peek today when I was trying to line this stuff out at Summer Eva's, Matt's Summer Eve's, Mr. Vinegar stuff.
Oh,
And,
Tilla fucking whatever, Mackenzie, Tilla passed, whatever the fuck it was.
yeah, but I'm wondering.
Some of the whole reds I inspired holes, because they're all like inspired holes from.
That's what I was about to say. And see, for some of you guys that don't necessarily study architecture, it's not going to hold the same shit for me. I dig shit like that. I
was able to
appreciate
figure
the
out about
effort
8, 9 holes.
of
The other ones I couldn't.
I
That
like
was
the
cool.
fact of going in and saying, okay, here's a list of 5 designers, and of the 5 designers, I'm going to go through and pick out X amount of holes of each one of them, their best holes, and I'm going to create these on my course and make them fit my terrain and everything else. I like that.
They were more inspired by. You can kind of tell, like Beth Page's 4th hole, the par 5, and then obviously Augusta's fucking 18th hole, and I think it was the last hole. I think it was the 18th. Was the 18th. So yeah, there was a few. There was the one at Wingfoot that I caught. There's a few others that I caught on there. Nice CCM course. Nice CCM course. You're gonna like that, man. You'll have a nice CCM course there.
Right.
That you said you needed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like CLV, Craig's done something already with like the Ross Society, and I've looked at the course. There's actually a course called like Ross Memorial. And not that I'm the biggest Ross fan, but I do admire some of his stuff. But there's the Ross Memorial that it's 18 of his holes from around different courses. So it's got like a couple of the holes from Seminole. It's got a couple from, couple from Oakland Hills, a couple from here and there. And I'll tell you what, I've actually thought about doing that course as an RCR before. I think it'd be pretty sharp. And the one thing I have going for me on there, of course, I've also thought about doing Seminole. I have actually played Seminole. That is an ultra hard course to get onto that I got onto once, only because of business connections. Yeah, very private, ultra private. As in, like, you can probably get on Augusta easier than you can get on Seminole. I'm not bullshitting.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can probably get on Augusta easier than you can get on Seminole.
What's up, Mitch?
What's up, Mitch? You done pouting yet, man? You forgive me?
He's not talking.
No, he's sulking. There is. His headset may be janky. So almost the same thing here, Mr. Nick. I probably wouldn't have like made this show or so sheer right here with just having this texture or the look of your the natural look of this terrain
Yeah, I think he's fucking with his mic right now.
up
Yeah,
against
there
your
we go.
up against your bunker. You need like some little
Oh, fuck.
concave and convex areas coming across here, and use like a little bit of brush and stuff to kind of fill it in, to give yourself some ridge lines and just be a little bit stronger look. Like where you started over here, take this look you've got right here on the side, because I actually like that. I mean, it's not a lot of planning, but I actually like that. Now carry that down from that point all the way down the side of this up to the edge of your bunker. Then do the same thing like back over
No,
here.
no. Oh,
Slide that down in there, and then like do a little bit of it over here. It just creates a whole little bit different flow to your hole here.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
yepper.
Okay.
Oh my God, people are talking. I don't know what they're saying. Oh, talking about rhinos. I have not looked at rhinos course yet. It'll be one of the
Oh
last
yeah, I got to play
few,
rhinos
so-
too. Fuck, I got a bunch to play this weekend.
Yeah, see,
I was.
this is where
I was really
judging.
impressed.
This is where the judging gets hard, man. Is that when you got time beforehand, as a few of them trickle in, you play them, you're like, okay, yeah, we got this knocked out, and then all of a sudden, bam, deadline day hits, and half the
Yeah,
field
and then
comes in
fucking
within
half the
24
field
hours,
comes in. Yeah,
and you realize that you've got a lot of damn work ahead of you in the next week.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll have it done in the next week.
Okay,
I told
we'll
you.
see. We'll see.
Take a little break tonight, man. A little break.
That's what I
Little
did.
break.
That's what I did last night.
Yeah, I'm fuck that shit. I'm having a break. I'm playing hot shots, baby. This shit's awesome. No fast swings, no fucking slow swings, no fucking slicing,
Wah,
no fucking no getting aggravated. I love it.
Cry a little harder.
I'm not crying. I'm
It's a
fucking
par
enjoying
four.
myself.
Well, I'll tell you what, for 447
Wednesday
yards,
night.
this plays long.
No crying here, man.
Wah.
No crying here.
But to go back to the point, no, I was never aggravated, upset, mad, nothing. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, to a certain point, you know what I'm going to come with. I haven't told you from the beginning that I tend to go a little bit harder on yours than I do other people's. There's only a couple of points that I was actually annoyed where I was like, what the fuck? But
it comes out as I can't judge the difficulty on these things anymore with the play.
it's hard. It is. I mean, you're a good player.
Because-
So what you play and you shoot 14 or 15 under on, man, the average person doesn't. It's not even necessarily that. I was very honest when I said earlier today that I think that you got into a mode or a mindset towards the end of TGC1 where everything you were putting out was very, very narrow, very right up against the extreme, hard for PGA players.
Greens, front pin placements on long shots coming into the greens, you know. I was like, what is
I
he
don't think I
fucking
had
doing?
a fairway on
Is it-
this one under 30 yards.
No, your fairways were fine. I didn't have a
Just your
problem. Your actual layout was fine. Obviously, there were a couple holes where I talked about, there not being a purpose for having a split fairway or having that cut off there because of the way you angled it. And you did fall back into a habit that you're kind of known for of, putting a bunker like right in my playable area, my landing spot on a really long hole, giving me very little room to hit at over here kind of deal. But I wasn't even really irritated about that. I know you're going to do it here and there, and it works okay for what it is. You just have to be careful on the really long holes. The greens were really the issue for me, and
and it's sad because they didn't look like that in the designer.
Well, some of
look
it,
like they do now.
some of it can get warped, but not all of it. I mean, it's your design style. I get that. Had you backed the speed off on those, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. I promise you, at 172 to 177, those greens play fine. At 187, Good God, man, they're, whoo.
Yeah, that and where he put him too. I was like, does he? I guess he forgot this was CC.
Oh, you haven't like watched at all my stream of his today, have you?
I'll watch it.
I,
I watched
I, I
a
got
little
a,
bit
I got
of
a
it.
little mean with
I
Mitch.
had I had it. Yeah, I already know that. I had to get off. I was like, okay, he's in a mood. He's gonna be going off on Mitch in a big way because I already know what guys you're gonna go off on, what guys you're gonna babysit. You know.
He
So,
babysits everybody else. He knows he can be brutally honest with me, and I'll just stand
well,
there.
yeah, anybody that he's worked with or he's talked with, he's gonna be brutally honest with.
I'm going to be
Believe
more to the
me,
point, especially when it's somebody that I've worked with behind the scenes a little bit and like shown things and explained the reasoning behind it. And when I see him do the exact same shit, it makes me go, what? But I mean, I wasn't nice on Kessler either, believe me.
No, we were
I
having a
know I
laugh.
cracked up. I laughed
Dude.
about that for an hour.
Oh man, I was dying Wednesday night, dude.
Yeah, I hit that 13th hole, and it kind of all went downhill from there.
What the fuck?
Me and Dan were just waiting, dude. I was like, watch this shit. Wait till he gets to this hole, because he's going to just bug out. I was like, he had a nice little thing going on. Nothing fancy, nice little thing, good playable course, and then it just went, a bomb got dropped.
Okay, we're doing Mr. Nick's course right now, so I don't want to pull away from his thread. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel bad when I do that because he's actually got
Solid design.
Yeah, it's a solid design. It's very no frills, and that can work for or against a designer as it goes through. But this is very solid golf play, so that's going to carry it. You know.
Been a lot of that though, so it really doesn't matter. You know?
Well, that's it. I mean, this has been a pretty solid
Seems
contest.
to be the theme right now. Nobody really, a few people did, stepped outside the box a little, but for the most part, everything was straight
What
and safe.
box?
Keeping it
I
clean,
don't even know what a box is.
Yeah, but that's
Whatever pops
okay.
out of my head.
That's what I was saying before. I really liked your ideas behind your course. I like the layout. I like the looks of it. It was very much inspired by Whistling Straits. You got that right off the top. It was almost like Whistling Straits meets Cape Kidnappers. That's what it felt like in my mind when I was playing it. And 90% of it worked for me. It was just when I got to the greens and everything, I was like, shit. I think the only
They were
green that
rugged.
just two greens absolutely pissed me off. One was the one that I talked about being on top of the hill, and I played it a certain way to prove it. And I wasn't hitting like bad shots to go in there. I was hitting legit shots to show you the outcome of it. And then of course that one that was that front pin placement where it was just overcooked. But I mean, it is what it is. Still a solid course. But I would honestly, I would go back in and play around with it a little bit, man, on your greens. Create a little bit of flatter areas. Keep some of your sloping in. Your sloping's fine in areas, but make sure you have a playable area for each one of your pin locations, and put out a tour edition.
Yeah, I'm thinking I can maybe make end up with 2 editions, maybe a CC for you, and probably I assume Dale will pick it up for PGA. I don't think Clint likes me.
Clint hates you, man. Clint and Matt hate you. They don't want to use your stuff at all. No, you're talking about his comments in the Ranger. That's kind of funny. Tell you what.
What gets me is I wasn't even mad about him. I just read it and kind of chuckled, and he was like, "Oh, he got mad at me." Blah blah.
I
blah,
told
blah,
him.
blah. I'm like,
No, I chastised his ass on it.
Fucking little
I'm
Chris.
just a douche.
Well, no, because he went through and he was like, yeah, he had, said he made a comment that was a little bit, or he said he made a comment, and he's like, I think may have made Mitch mad. I'm like, well, why would he be mad? I mean, your delivery wasn't exactly spot on, because he made it sound like he just said like, I just don't think this is appropriate, and I'm like, oh, it was a little bit more than that, Clint. I'm like, it was a little bit more than that. No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said.
I know, but that's how it would come off at sometimes.
Yeah, the verbiage, the way it came out, I'm like, you were a little bit more to the point than that on what you had to say. And he started laughing like, yeah, delivery. And I'm like, yeah, delivery. I'm like, I'd be a little bit pissed too. But
I didn't even care at this point. It's just like, ha, 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 ha.
We've all been around doing this.
You gotta take what he says with a grain of salt sometimes anyway.
Couple shakes.
But tell Tell you what, I guess I'm going to end up starting to ranger my own courses, man.
Yeah. Why? What do you need rangered?
I put 2 up today. They haven't gotten a reply at
Well,
all.
I
I'm going
haven't
to
even
wait till
gone
the
in
end
there
of the
today.
night. And I mean,
I am not fucking doing anything TGC today. Weekend, we'll go back at it.
I mean, that's all fine, but we're up against it at the beginning of the season, and we had another week added
You're
to us. So I
fucking
put it
5 weeks.
up.
You already got your first
No,
4 or
I'm
5
not
weeks
either.
scheduled.
No, I don't
I
either.
looked at the fucking
Yeah,
the tours to see what courses are
except we
being
had a
used.
week. We had a week thrown right in the middle on us. It's extending by 1 week, and week
Oh.
51 gets slotted in. So no, I've actually got one coming up here in 3 weeks. So no, ordinarily I don't press too hard because I do stay about a month out, of schedule. But at this point, I'm not. Thank God we've got like a week off between the last week of season 3 going forward because it buys me an extra week between doing this and getting the next courses lined up. The good news is I've got ammo coming out of this contest that I can use to start off season 4.
Yeah. You'll have quite a few. You'll have CCM and pro courses out of here. That's for sure.
It's another good solid design right here. And he's done something different. I mean, he's working a little bit of planting right here, and this is what I've been talking about that I wanted to see in other areas, something to just break up the sight lines. This is actually a good-looking shot from where I sit. Now going into the green complex, yeah, that's not bad. There's nothing to look at. There's a valley, there's a wash. But that works. That just looks like an old dry creek bed or something down there, so I can live with that. Still
And
pretty
Mr.
stark
Nick's
there on the
always
sides,
been
but I can live with it.
a solid designer.
Yeah,
for
he's
sure.
solid. He's solid.
Always a good bet, in a lot of these, contests because he puts out good work, solid work. There's nothing.
Oh,
It may
shit.
not be over the top, but it's solid playable.
Well, we're going to find out solid out of bounds right now.
Yeah, I was playing with some CC players last night on your course, Mitch. They were like, is this being used on CC? I said, well, it might get moved up a little bit.
Hell, this ain't. Y'all didn't even play the hard version of this.
Yeah, I know. That's
Play it
what I
from,
tried
play
to
it from
I
the
don't
blue
know
tee.
how the fuck you thinks that's the easy version. I think I did play from the blue tees today, did I not? Or
No, you played from the white tees.
oh, is that what you had
White.
me play from?
Yeah, he had white. I said, I doubt very much you'll see this on CC. Probably be on Web or Euro.
Oh, come on. Start them out right.
Yeah, make him cry and quit in the first week.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, when's Q School starting? I got like 15 people dying to fucking get in.
Next week. They're going to play the CC
Next
Pro
week?
tournament the very first week. They should be getting their emails this weekend, but they will play the CC Pro tournament for Q School. And however they score in that related to the field is going to determine where they go.
Okay. So I got a bunch of guys I've been playing with that they're all new to the game and everything, and they're just itching to. A couple guys that'll definitely be tour guys.
Okay, we got to get back on this course right now. I'm not doing this guy's stream any favors. We're talking about everything but his course. Oh, it's not just you. I've been doing it too. I'm just saying. Good Lord, my score has started dwindling here.
I'll be right back.
A lack of focus. That out of bounds hurt me on that. That was all about the lie that was on. I didn't play it far enough to the right. I had the distance on it, but the damn slope killed me. Ooh, if I get a fast downswing right here, I'm dead, guys. No solid view into there. It doesn't really have a lot of bunker work or anything around this. It's like on the back side, it just blends in. So the view that we're getting is off that, and it cuts the top off it, but you still see the green surface. It's kind of a cool hole. It really is. When you look at it from here going left to right on your visual and everything, got just enough brush here in the foreground to kind of break it up a little bit. It's all looking at the green. I like to give him credit for the mountains in the background, but that's just part of the the plot. At first, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, those mountains look like really good back there, and then I started realizing, like, oh wait, man, that's off the plot. What the hell am I thinking of? I've been doing this too long. Too many streams in too few days. After messing around with some of the themes on this, I'm of a personal opinion that I think the desert theme is going to go bye-bye before too long. I don't see anybody using it for the most part. That step theme is just too fucking nice. Get in there, ball. I need a birdie. Thank you. Holy shit, I'm missing a lot of talk over here. So wait. You mad about trash people like Clint, Scampy, yes. Yes to Scampy, yeah. So I gotta go to Scampy. That's what I thought. I was pleasantly surprised with the quality. Unlike Clint, I don't think you'll make it out of your bracket because I think the eventual winner comes out of that bracket and you won't get past them, but I wouldn't be surprised at a round of 8 appearance. Then there's fighting words.
Who in the world was that directed to?
That's Scampy and Summer's Eve talking back and forth.
Oh.
Summer's Eve is what I call Mr. Vinegar. I'm toughening him up for his new duties as a scheduler. So I'm giving him all the insults off the top.
I'm honestly glad them boys got that.
Yeah, they are too until they actually do it for about 6 months. They're gonna be going like, "Why the fuck did I agree to do this?" This is kind of a different hole. Not sure about this one. We're stepped off up here. We're stepped off down there. Of course, I'm going to try to bounce it off the edge of that right there. And probably going to bounce over the next fairway and down into that river. It's got a nice dam going here. I don't know if you saw that, but that's pretty freaking cool. Okay. Okay, that's working for me. Daddy's giving me a little eye candy right there. I can dig it. Tame Bunch, that Euro crowd. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tame Bunch. Of course, there's going to be some changes. I can't tell what they are at the moment. I know what they are, but I can't tell you what they are. But that's going to get shuffled a little bit, the way things are going to play out. It's going to be a pretty big change coming down the line. Yeah, it's a different little hole.
What were you saying about the changes
I
coming?
actually like this. I said I can't really talk about the changes, but there are changes coming, and they're pretty significant.
That'll be interesting.
It will impact you guys a little bit, Matt. Nothing major, but it will a little bit. Doyle will send you out a message on it here in the next couple of days, I'm sure. Oh man, I did not hit that hard enough. I was a little bit scared about it because of the slope that's on. I was afraid of catching it and it running down to the right and going, but I mean, there's enough of a hill back there. I would have been okay. Shit, I just gave myself a bogey for stupidity. He's got some long holes on this, deceptively. Oh, that was almost clutch. Fuck, I thought I had that putt. I thought I was in there on that one. Damn it. I am playing this over par. Granted, my focus hasn't necessarily been directly on the gameplay or anything, but I didn't think it was that tough. But this has a little bit of bite to it. You obviously just cannot mindlessly play it to the tune of 6 or 7 under. That's almost a little bit too much bunker for me on that one. I mean, that's just a big waste area right there. So cool in concept, but I have to play this one a few more times. Figure out if I like it or not. Watch this shot. Get it down there, ball. Oh, I did. I zoomed that shit. Good God. I could have gone for the green on that. I could have gone for the green on that. I'm telling you. Oh, absolutely. I could have made it to that point right there, I do believe. It had been close. Wow. So from the rough with an 85% shot, I flew that. Wouldn't have guessed that. This explains my score. I'm just not hitting good quality shots into the right areas. That's a hell of a putt right there, though, kids. Give it up for Griff. Whoop. Take my time and actually look at a putt. It's amazing what you can do. This is a little bit different. I mean, not different in the fact that it's a desert course and somebody put it in a put it back here in an enclosed area. We've seen this before. It's a little bit different. I'd be curious to see how this plays right here. You got one pin here, one pin in the back right, one pin back left. I'm assuming over here front left. 170 yards. Okay, I can live with that. Plus elevation. I can dig it. Oh, I thought I was dead on that, and I screwed myself. Son of a bitch. I really thought I was headed for a great shot right there and completely screwed myself.
Oh,
Boy, that is a very quick flick of the stick right there to hit those putts. It really is. That was damn near an orgasmic par right there. I'm not crazy about the shoreline on the second fairway right here just because it's so stark going down in there. Could have smoothed that out a little bit. Tapered it off, make it look a little bit more natural. That is just a sheer drop. It looks a little bit too artificial. Boy, you are the loudest vapor I've ever seen in my life. You are a loud fucking vapor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're like one of those drippers, aren't you?
Yep.
Sound like Darth Vader in here.
You sound like a dripper. Like you want the big cloud of smoke as much as you want the flavor and the nicotine hit.
No, I like the flavor. No, I'm running a tank right now.
Oh, I was trying to get myself to...
Just running some high wattage, that's all.
I'm not gonna lie, Matt. Irma's got me a little worried right now. I mean, it's hard to tell.
Fuck.
I can tell you what it does after about 4 or 5 days. It's all dependent on that high pressure system that's out like right off the Bahamas right now. If that high pressure system stays in place and keeps that moving more west by southwest, then I'm in trouble. That's going to come right up in the Gulf and steer right towards me. If it moves a little bit and allows that storm to just track a little bit more north than where it's going right now, then you're looking at Miami up to that edge of it. If it moves a lot and lets that flow up, then it might completely miss us or go more towards like North Carolina and that area. But it's all going to depend on where it goes across at Puerto Rico. That's where it matters where it goes. If it goes to the south side of Puerto Rico, then New Orleans to Panama City Beach is in trouble. If it goes across the middle of Puerto Rico, then you're looking Tampa on the high side, Miami on the low. If it goes to the north side of it, unless an unexpected high pressure system moves into place and steers it more west, that's usually Miami and out. If it goes way east of Puerto Rico, then we're clear. But that's going to be a monster fucking storm by the time it gets through there. I hate to say this for Puerto Ricans that may be watching this in general, but the best thing that can happen for the U.S. is that go across Puerto Rico and get shredded, because there are a lot of mountains right there between going across Puerto Rico and then Hispaniola, which is the Dominican Republic, and Haiti. There's two pretty good mountain ranges right there that can possibly weaken it significantly. But even then, once it comes out across the water, it's going to rebound off of it. But yeah, it's going to take me a few days to see. I mean, it's all about what the high pressure system's doing. I killed that putt. I hit it so hard, I hit it through the brake. Hit that way too hard. Okay. This was the 88 Club by Mr. Nick. It's a really solid course. Play-wise, got a lot of great things going for it. Not too much that I can hit on as far as the way he's laid his holes in. I mean, I did mention a few things here and there. I think really the only thing that holds this course back, on the fly, is the lack of any planting at all to break up the sight line. I don't mind minimal courses. A lot of times I actually like minimal quite a bit. But this one need a little bit more here and there just to kind of make it pop and to get your eyeballs moving some different places. Some very good terrain work on the outer edges, and he was using a lot of his contouring to kind of frame his holes. He did a good job of that, but it still needed something. That's something Reebdug will tell you from experience. He did Buzzard's Wake for the web.com design contest, and while it was a very good course and very clean and crisp, it just lacked a little bit of that oomph to really just put it over the top. Other judges may see it a different way from me on that. I mean, we all have different tastes and different opinions, but I think this has a chance to go a long ways just based on the gameplay. It's got a lot of really good solid holes on it, but it's lacking here and there just on the aesthetics. But all in all, Mr. Nick, this has been, I think, one of your best straightforward courses to date. I mean, I've actually always liked, even when he didn't think I liked his courses, I actually liked his courses. Even Goldie of Hill Valley I thought was solid. Going back into last year's Summer Showdown, I thought his course was very well done. I've put them both on tour, oddly enough. He thinks I hate him, but I put both of his courses on tour. This is no exception right here. I can see it being a tour course. It might be one if he was inclined to go back in and mess around with some planning a little bit and kind of dress it up. I'd actually almost really think about switching it to the step theme. To give it a little bit softer look, where that way you can get those dry desert looks, and up against. Okay. This is the best way to explain it. When you have this dry terrain right here, use the color of your fairways greens and your heavy rough to just make it pop. It creates such a stark contrast in colors. You can actually just make the colors explode off the screen at you. And that's what was lacking on this. You didn't have that contrast. There was nothing where your heavy rough and everything ran into areas where it was like going, bam, wow, look at that, man, that's really freaking cool. So there was nothing to pull your attention to a lot of your features that you had going on around the course, and not enough going on with your actual concept of your actual course play to just completely suck you into the course. So it was just lacking that little bit of immersion, is the best way to say it. So I don't want to make that sound like a negative. I mean, that's just the way I'm seeing it right now. It just needs that little bit of extra fine touch on it to like just really make it go bam and pop out. But other than that, guys, it's a really good solid course. You guys should go give it a play. Look forward to seeing this one again as I play through things over and over again over the next couple of weeks. And other than that, I'm going to kill the stream. Give me about 5 or 10 minutes. I'll be back with another one.